Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chidima. Today I'll be answering one question that so many people have asked me. What can you bring to the UK as an international student? So I'm going to be answering this based on my own experience. Every other person differs, the opinion of other people differs, but this is my own experience. Firstly, when I was coming to the UK in 2007, I didn't bring anything extraordinary in the sense like maybe food stuff from my country or any other stuff. All I got was my luggage, which contains my clothing, that's few of my clothes, and myself. That was it. But these days, people will tell you when you're coming to the UK, make sure you bring your food, the food you like, and everything. Well, it all depends on you, but my opinion is it's not really necessary because we have African stores all around here. If you can, obviously, by all means, bring it. But if you can't, don't stress yourself over it because there are African stores everywhere in the UK now. I did my master's in University of Aberdeen, and that was in 2007. And we had an African store. But for me, I'm not really keen about food. I'm not really a food person. I'm not really into, I'm going to eat Nigerian food or nothing. No, I wasn't like that. So I remember I hardly even cooked our Nigerian food, being honest. Yes, so I was more into like Chinese food, spaghetti, potatoes and all of that. So I'm not a food person, so that really didn't affect me. Then, but obviously I needed my spice. So yeah, but I could find because Igbo food is not that spicy. So, but you can get that from African store. So if you can bring your own food, your own traditional food, by all means bring it. But if you can't, don't stress over it because we've got lots of African stores here. We've got lots of Caribbean stores here. So you can practically buy anything that you want. I know people might say, oh, it might be it's expensive. But trust me, if you're working, if you come and start working, then you wouldn't find it as expensive because you're earning in pounds and you're buying it in pounds. So it's not expensive. Obviously, when you're coming for the first time, you may find it expensive. Yeah, but when you start working, you wouldn't find it expensive. You find it that it's okay. So, in terms of the food, okay, if you're coming for the first time, and obviously you don't have a job, and you really, really are into food, you are really particular about your food, like whether African food, Nigerian food, Ghana or Caribbean, Indian food, then by all means bring some food stuff that you may use, until you start working. Okay, so that is one. The next one, if you're a lady and you make hair, you kind of braid, you wear braids and all of that, you may want to bring your extensions. But that doesn't mean that we don't sell extensions here. Obviously, there are so many Caribbean stores, African stores that sell extension. And again, you may find it expensive if you're not working. But like I said previously, if you start working, it should be nothing to you because you're earning in pounds and you're spending in pounds. But if you can, you may want to bring hair extensions, creams, hair creams, anything for hair care, really, you can bring it. Then some people will say buy your body creams and all of that, but I wouldn't advise you to buy that because the weather over there and here are quite different. So what the body cream or whatever you're using over there may not work for you when you come here, and vice versa. I remember one of my cousin actually bought creams from here back to Nigeria, and I wouldn't mention the brand's name. And when she got back to Nigeria to use it didn't really work for her skin. I know it doesn't happen to everybody, but yeah, that is it. Most important thing I always advise people to bring is their documents. Make sure that all your documents are in place. Your passport, your references, your CVs, your educational certificates, They are very important. As far as I'm concerned, those are the most important things, especially your educational certificates. They are very important. If you did a thesis, a dissertation in school, you can bring it. Then you can bring family pictures, because trust me, you miss your family. And so when those, well, in this day, we have phones, so you may not even bother, but educational certificates and all the essential documents are the most important things I feel that every international student must bring to the UK. Every other thing, you can always get it here. Depending on the time you're coming to the UK, if you're going to come during winter, I would advise you to buy a coat, any winter clothing, socks, hot water bottles that you can use, you know, at least for the first few months you're going to be in the UK before you go out for shopping. I would advise you to do that, because trust me, the very first time I stepped foot into the UK, that was in September, and obviously September is not that cold, but coming from Africa, it was really very good for me. When my brother came to pick me up from the airport, I was shivering. Honestly, once I got down from the plane, I was shivering. And people, they were just dressed normally, but obviously it's their country and they're used to it, and me coming from Africa where the weather is so hot, so I was really very cold. And my brother came to pick me up. He didn't even bring a coat, obviously, because he didn't think about it, and I was really shivering in the car. I asked him, please, can you put on your heater? He's like, are you cold? I say, of course I am cold, you know. So when I got into the house, everywhere was just so cold. He had to take me to the shop to buy coats and winter jackets and winter accessories. So if you're coming to the UK during winter, I know September is not even winter, it's autumn, but I can't forget that day. And even when I went to my school, oh my goodness, the very first day I was going to school, I used balm all over my body. I wore socks, thick coats, scarves. But when you look outside, people were just dressed normally, but I couldn't just deal. So if you're coming to the UK during winter time, during autumn time, I would advise you just get a winter coat, get a warm socks. If you can, buy a hot water bottle, you know, just for the few months you're going to stay until you're able to go to the shop and buy something. So yeah, these are the things. Let me recap. The most important thing to bring to the UK are all your documents, especially your educational certificates, okay? Your transcript, your CV, your references, and pictures of your family if you don't have them on your phone. And another important thing, depending on the kind of time you're coming to the UK, if you're coming to the UK during autumn or winter, I would advise you to get a winter outfit. I hope that helps. This is just from my own experience, okay? Thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.